hurt, humiliated, exposed, and feeling incredibly vulnerable. That apparently is the message being received to the former royal known as Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, all about the latest shenanigans involving him and his wife Meghan Markle. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here. Nice to see you today. I hope you're well. And yeah, it's a strange thing, isn't it? I have to say, on the other side of the coin, it must be very difficult living in the marriage of Meghan and Harry because, as we've seen, he seems a very sort of, shall we say, amiable chap in many respects, trying his very best, to stand out and defend his wife from the, indefensible at times, some people might say. Of course, recently we had the debacle that he has gone very silent upon, hasn't he? The NYC car chase, that sort of thing. What was behind that, really? What was the idea? And more importantly, has it gone incredibly quiet for good? You never truly know with Meghan and Harry. The bigger problem now that you have, of course, if you are Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, you've got this brand new team around you, and it doesn't matter how much that team spin that particular story, you do need the goodwill and the on-sideness of the mainstream media, particularly the things like the glossy magazines, the gossip magazines. And now what they're finding is simply this. If you recall, a couple of years ago, Harry and Meghan decided that they didn't necessarily want to talk to various media, which really cuts it off quite a lot. When you consider that one of them is one of the biggest selling broadsheets over here in the United Kingdom, it's the supplements that you need, not necessarily the newspapers, but the glossy supplements that can help your brand incredibly well. But according to a very good source, who is, how can I put this, very good indeed, working alongside both Harry and Meghan at individual points, she is humiliated, hurt, completely fractured about how things have been received, particularly regarding the Dior deal. As we told you, they initially wanted him. And that was the deal, that is the deal. He is always going to be the bigger draw. But of course, he's trying to deflect away from himself. If you see when Harry and Meghan are out, he's almost like the butler, opening the door, carrying the brolly. Now, some people might say that's good old-fashioned manners. I would suggest it is at points. But, you notice she's not very grateful. It's very much like, don't bother me, get out my way as the camera comes. She is very much focused on herself. So it's hard to have any sympathy. But of course, if you are someone like Dior, they could have done a dual deal. But again, Meghan has to stand alone on these deals. It just has to be about her. And according to that source, Prince Harry's more than happy to go along with this. He feels he's had his time in the limelight, and his wife, who's struggled for many years trying to be recognized, willing to do literally anything like deal or no deal, he believes the time is now for her. But, as we've said before, while she's basically hurt, humiliated, fractured, and almost at breaking point, it would be easy at times to have some sympathy. But then when you see stunts like this, and in particular the most, disrespectful stunt ever in their Netflix, when she was mocking the curtsying to our late and beautiful monarch of 70 years, well, how on earth does Prince Harry expect people to react to that? But for now, I would suggest that this is once again a tactical ploy by their very, very expensive PR team, who are trying to get people to switch sides to make sure that they ease off reporting what many people claim to be, of course, the truth. Not necessarily Meghan and Harry's truth, but the truth of the story. The things like Spotify, the crumbling network with Netflix, all of that sort of stuff. So if Meghan is truly, truly upset, perhaps a stint out of the spotlight, regroup, and perhaps come back in a year's time when people may actually be glad to see you. Interesting thought, don't you think, Prince Harry? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.